Officially, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Market Watch Group Wednesday Market Midpoint. My name is Scott, and I will be your host. As always, let me remind you that what we do is for education, illustrative purposes only. Nothing we do should be intended as a recommendation to buy or sell any security financial product because we're not brokers, we're not advisors, yada, yada, yada. All right. What are we going to do then? Oh, that's weird. My disclaimers looks like out of focus to me. Is it my computer or my eyes? We'll look at the opening analysis. What's the news? What's the futures, etc. We'll revisit our posture a bit today, see how it's holding up. Mindset for open trades. Keep in mind that tomorrow the market is closed. We will meet tomorrow evening, as per usual. But the trades that you carry will carry till Friday. We'll look and see if there's anything setting up. I'm still convinced that there's likely to be another trade. There's just nothing that's disrupting it. There's a little bit of pause, and we've seen this. So, all right, let's get into it. Shall we? Oh, I thought I had something ready there. Here we go. Okay. I don't know. It says Wall Street hates this rally, but that guy looks more confused than angry, if you ask me. Believe me, though, climbing a wall of worry and making new highs while everyone is like, but what about this? That's not new. We've seen that before plenty of different times with plenty of different whys as it continues to climb. Why is it able to keep climbing? Well, because we've got a full labor market, because institutions keep getting money. They keep putting it in. Things keep going up. As long as that cycle keeps going, we should be able to withstand a lot. Bob Walker's here. Good morning. Sis Tate. Well, that's new. You're new. Super glad to have you. Amazing that you said hello. Unless you've been here before and I didn't notice, in which case I apologize. But welcome. Press is here. Good morning, Press. Okay. What else do we know? We're wondering what's going to happen in the Middle East, of course. That's about it. When we look at the economic calendar this week, I don't know why it keeps jumping down there. Today, we know Jerome Powell will be giving us a press conference after telling us that the rates will remain unchanged. What might change? Verbiage? Is there any adjustments to the dot plot? Are they any closer to seeing anything? And I'm going to say no. I think they're going to say that they're still comfortable with the labor market and that they're still concerned about persistent inflation and they want to see it come down a little bit further. I just don't think that the Fed, they're pretty transparent right now. They're showing us exactly what they want. I think what the market's doing is like, well, are they going to succumb to the political pressure? Because clearly there's political pressure. We'll see. Nothing tomorrow because of Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth. And lastly, Friday, pretty minimal. Next week, big days. Biggest day Friday, pretty big day on Thursday. Later half in the day. Okay, so what is that doing to us? Well, let's go take a peek. Let me make sure I'm on 6 months. Let's pull up the E-minis. Nope, that's the US dollar. Canadian dollar. ES. Yeah. So here we see the futures are up marginally, 0.14. Better than not. You know, it still is, in my opinion, if we look at this technically, it was a bullish move with a consolidation, and then we broke out of the consolidation with volume. And then what? And then it immediately hiccuped. So it busted out, and now it's like, oh, pulls back. So if it pauses today and then goes, is that valid? Yep, 100%. Anything you were in that you held will do fine. Anything that you put on going forward, also fine. Yeah, I think that. Well, let's take a step back. Why are we looking to be more bullish? Well, because that's what our posture is. It's not phenomenally bullish, but I mean, this is pretty solid these last 5 weeks. 2.5, 2.5, 3.25, 3.5, 3.5. Nothing's dropping. Right? Every aspect is holding up. No, there's not one single piece. That's not true. Volume dropped last week. Everything else has been rising. So, yeah, there is that. Your candles are different. Let me go back. I might have been. On the ES, no. I am on standard candles. No. Okay. Last one is red. Interesting. I mean, if it's just the last candle, that I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that setting would be, to be fair. All right, let's keep looking. Keep looking. $6.18. Yeah, $6.18. Very interesting. Oh, and just like that, our time is up. Waiting for the futures. Let's pop in here, and we opened up, but only a little bit, marginally, right? Okay, what else? Okay. Let me, get my watch list set up here. Let's go around the horn with some trades that we know. APH is fine still. Not wrong. We're hoping it turns right. It's just in a bit of a pause, a lull. Okay. We look at, is anyone still in this damn thing? Boy, I'll tell you. Good call. Just didn't have the right patience for this and the way that it moved. That's tough when you see something like this, a 5-day period like this, where it's just like, it's not going. You know, there's just not a lot you can do. Let's see. Double dip, went back in. Love it. Yep. CME pausing. COF possibly setting up still. Cisco, it's still in the range. It's still holding up. It's not doing what we would like it to do, of course, but we don't have a reason to bail either yet. G. Vernova. Oh, you were on the hiking? No worries. Google's still in a setup mode for me. I think it's very close. We'll see if it gets a signal here. Hood? No, not really. Howmet? Possibly. IBM still moving. Meta? No. Morgan just kind of... I think Morgan's setting up for the next trade right here. A lot of them. I agree. A lot of pennants. Microsoft. Okay. Let's keep going. Micron. Okay. No. Netflix? Oh, look at Netflix. It's going to be expensive, but if it... pennants are just a sort of consolidations, right? They're like versions of flags almost, of just where we're like, it's consolidating. We are looking to see if it pops out. Now here you can see this is, if it falls back into this range, then we're like, oh, I don't know. But if it holds above, let's call this high, 1220, 1232.36. And we're literally at 1232.31. We're like 5 cents below that low. So it's like, maybe. Maybe. NVIDIA. These little pauses, right? These little pauses. PLTR. I think PLTR is setting up in a nice. And again, you know, if you include the shadow, there's your pennant right there. Perfect. Some people will draw bodies and they'll draw the flag. They're both relevant. They're both literally the same thing. So. All right, let's see. And it's funny because a pennant, so like right here, if you think about a pennant, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, And if you were to be like, okay, it got as low as here and as high as here, but right now it's here. That becomes the, maybe it would actually be like this. The weekly candle. It went up a little, down a little, and it's just kind of sitting right in the middle. So if this was a 1 week candle, that's what it would look like. Indecision. Okay, good questions. PLTR, put it on the short list though, right? Like that's the kind of thing I'd be looking for. Philip Morris, up a little today, trying to get going. Let's see if its defensive qualities kick into gear. Okay. Could it go either way? Yes, but it is considered a continuation pattern. Flags and pennants tend to be continuation, which means that we expect it to go the way it was going. And in this case, most of these, they were going up. So we give them a little bit of a lean more towards bullishness. Okay, let's keep going here. What else are we looking for here? Roblox still moving. Roblox, we talked about it. Rivian, no. Tesla, holding up. SPY holding up. Tesla, sort of just trying to find itself. TSM. Yeah, same kind of a thing. Right? Uber. Ooh, look at Uber. So Uber was on this consolidation, broke out, pulled back. Or Uber bounced on the 50. There's a few of these that people were like, okay, can we take the trade bouncing off the 50? Yeah. It didn't give much. And then it hiccuped. And now it's like, well, if you sat through the hiccup, it's valid. If you closed and it's now done hiccuping, it's valid to think about a new one. And this is if this is your first time you've looked at it, valid. Valid. So, yeah, the things we have are holding up. The things that we're looking at are still setting up. I would say everything looks pretty good. Looks okay. Okay, let's keep looking. Visa holding above the 50. And the VIX. Let's zoom in a little on this. So we went up, we came back, and we said, is this the lower high? And it wasn't quite there yet. It was kind of there because it took out the body, but it didn't take out the shadow. It was enough for me to think about a trade if I had one. That led to Cisco, and then it turned back, a little hiccups, same high at play. You can see here's the pause. So what would I look for to confirm from this now? I mean, ideally it gets all the way back down below here. Where's that coming from? It's coming from this level there. Anything through there, you might think about it and think, does that, especially if our stochastics crosses. And then we think, all right, now we feel like we're in the next cycle, per se. The next cycle. Okay, let's keep going here. All right. Walmart, nothing there. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how things are looking right now. I feel like we're going to go back through to kind of get our end of week short list even tighter. So I'm now halfway through Wednesday the 18th. I want you guys to flag the ones that you think look the best. Let's just kind of, now that we've oriented, go back through. There's just nothing in Apple for us, right? There's nothing there. AbbVie. Yeah. I'm not a healthcare lover, but healthcare has shown some increase. And this is it did enough. Let's draw the lines of how we tend to analyze when it comes to a broken consolidation. So coming down here. And I don't know. I might even change that up a little bit. I might even go a little bit steeper still to say it's like this, where we broke it, pulled back, and now we've made this move. And now what? So we made this higher high. Was this a phenomenal move? No, it was bullish though. You know, it moved. It didn't move like this, but it moved. Now what? Well, I might look at this trade and think, if it turns, where does that put me? First level there. Second level, more like that. Oh, I don't know. That's pretty ambitious, Scott. I don't know if we can do that. That might be too much. If you ever wonder where you're like, damn, sometimes Scott's like, woo, that's going hot. Yeah, I just get a little carried away in the excitement of a bullish analysis. Okay, Amazon. Amazon is in a pause. It's valid. This was a bullish move. Now the sellers come in. Pause. Signal. And it's giving you 2 extra days if you like it. Steve C., good to see you. Right on time. We only have right on time here. Nobody's ever late in this group. Ever. Even me. If we started a few minutes after the start time, there was a very specific reason why that needed to happen. Amazon. I think it's valid still. If you need something in, like if you're looking around at the trades you have, and you have tech and you have financials and you have communications, right? So where you're trading now might orient you where you're like, oh, shoot, Scott put a trade out and I already have a couple of tech on. I don't need another tech. And that's when you might deviate from the alerts and move into something else that's setting up on the watch list. Amazon is one of those. APH, it's trying. Come on, APH, you can do it. Very bullish stock. Its consolidation has had zero impact from sellers, and yet we're still waiting for it to take off. Be patient. I'm writing my list, and I didn't even write Amazon. I'm like, what are you doing? Write the stocks down. Bank of America, it's kind of flat right now for me. Caterpillar, I'd put it on the list. I think it has a little bit of a possibility there. CLS, no, not now. I'll tell you, if you're in CME, I would potentially still hold. I didn't like how it broke all the way back to the old low and below the 50. So there's that. Capital One, definitely a setup. This nice little mini cup and handle sitting on top of the 50. Boom, boom, boom. And now what? We're just kind of like, hey, does it trigger? Do we need a little more time? And then it triggers. It's pinching. Everything is right on the threshold. Right on the threshold. Cisco came in here. It's just kind of pausing. It's like it's not wrong. Not right. Still sitting right on top of its line. Plenty of reason to stay in the trade. And give it its dues. EA. It's moving bullishly, but not super well, to be fair. Right? Anyone take that? I know we were joking around. Of course I was joking. I'm not joking. About a revenge trade. And I'm like, of course we would never revenge trade. I just think that the stock owes me money. That's all. It's a bit of a joke, but also not. Bob Walker says no. No to the revenge trade? No, I didn't pull the trigger. All right. Yay. GE Vernova. It's got a little bit of headwinds it hasn't had, but I actually look at this and think it could still come out of this. It could still come out of it. CLF. Cleveland Cliffs. Oh, yeah. A little pop. Cleveland Cliffs is steel, right? I thought it was steel. If my memory serves me. I can't trust that, though, very much. Where did we get to? GE. Okay, here's another good one. Google, definitely. All right, I've got 5 even now that are on the list of things that I'm like, I could potentially look at this. No there. Hood, no there. Howmet. I'll put that there. That's kind of connected with GE Vernova, though. Those two sort of behave in a similar fashion. IBM. I don't know, man. That was a tough one. IWM. I still think the small caps are setting up for a potential trade here. And I'm looking for it. Meta, no, because Google's better. MS. I think MS is potentially looking to try to pop. I don't know what's going on there. The madness. Microsoft, no. Micron, no. Netflix, yes. Yes. Expensive, but tradable. Nvidia, no. PLTR, absolutely yes. We love PLTR. It's among our most favored. PM in it. Trying to see if this thing will get cracking again. Roblox, you would need to already be in it. Rivian is a no. Tesla, no. TSM, I agree. TSM looks pretty good. Uber, I think Uber's reasonable here, actually. I kind of like it. Visa, Walmart. Okay, there it is. Now I want you to notice, though. You've got GE, Vernova, and Howmet and Caterpillar. Those are all sort of industrial. You've got Capital One and Morgan, so you've got a couple of financial. You've got Uber and Google and Netflix. Those are your... Well, Uber's kind of sits between discretionary and comms. You've got Amazon from consumer discretionary. You've got Uber, TSM from tech. That's a good range. Right? That is a good range. Okay. Questions, comments, or concerns? Okay. So, in some, still considering some. What does that mean? It means our posture is indeed holding up. Monday, Tuesday, now Wednesday. What is our posture doing? Staying sideways. That's fine. It's not breaking down. Holding up is fine. Holding up on the short term. Holding up on the long term. Volume. It's getting interesting. We have sell. Yeah, I think it's going to continue dropping, though. Volume is probably going to ease up a little bit, but it seems like sector rotation is picking up the slack, and so I'm like, I think we're going to hold up. So, Tesla. Let's get to the VIX real quickly. VIX is still just kind of sitting in there. You can see we're still kind of chopping around, but what are we leaning towards? That this thing popped up here, got to this high, and is starting to roll over. And this high is lower than this previous one. We didn't get up into that same zone, right? So there it is. Okay, real quickly before we wrap up today. You should be working on section 6. And you're thinking to yourself, oh, finally an easy one, Scott. There's only 2 lines. And in fact, it's even easier than that in the trading plan, because you don't even have to write anything in the trading plan. You just have to actually go keep a log, and within that log, there should be a journal. Okay, how does that work? Well, let me grab a sample of one real fast for those of you who maybe haven't seen it. If you're new, I'm gonna grab an option log. This is the dashboard. This is section 7. You don't get section 7 unless you do section 6. If you look down here at this bottom, Gene said, I have not seen. Oh, Gene, my goodness gracious. Let me go show everybody a couple of things as soon as I show you this. Now, section 7, dashboard, section 6, trade log. So when I click this tab here, boop. Oh, there we go. This is where I interest. Now, every one of these, you can see it has a little extra instruction up top where the red is, where it's like, what are you doing there? There's a video that shows how this is filled out. I'm going to go show you where these resources are. Keep the log. A through G is entry. Exit 1, exit 2, commissions if you want to track it. Trade journal, column R. Is there anything about that trade that you think might be interesting 2 months from now, 3 months from now, when you're not likely going to remember the specific details of that trade? Did something happen? Did you think something might happen? Did you think it would, but it didn't? Did you think it wouldn't, but it did? Right? Make a note. Log it. How did you feel? If it was just a regular trade, nothing irregular happened, you probably won't make a note. I don't, some people process differently. I don't need it to like write all the things I did, because I can go back, look at the chart and be like, oh, I know exactly what I did here. I can see exactly what happened. If you're not at that point, make some notes about the trade, just to sort of get a habit of it. But anything we do that adds time adds friction, right, to the record keeping process. So I am always a little bit leery about that. Okay. Now then, where do you find these beautiful documents? Gene wants to know. So, if we come in here, now, if you look over here on the left-hand side where all the various things are, I want you to find these alerts and resources. I need to rename this because the alerts got moved to the top up here. It's now more just like announcements and resources or whatever. But you've got group downloads. And you've got links, although the links are just down here as well. All the different things that we use are in here. If you're ever like, hey, where do you get that? Where does Scott get his market analysis or this or that? It's all right in here, you guys. Now you come down here and you've got group downloads and you click on this and it's like, bam, look at this. Yes, you have to see my face in the thumbnail. Sorry. I'm smiling. You want a trading plan outline? Click here, download it. You want to see what a trading plan fully fleshed out looks like? Download it. Look at that. Good starting point. You want to keep the market posture on your own? Get in here and do it. Download this and keep it. You trade stocks? Here's your stock log. Get in here, log it. These are blank copies. You can just save these as templates. Ha 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 ha, Sandy. That's why we're best friends. Option log here. Top 10 trading mistakes. That's just a document I found super useful to traders that I worked with through the years. It's just sort of, what do we want to not do? The current watch lists, if you just want to have it so that you can rebuild it yourself without having to go write it all down, it's there. If you want to see the historical market posture so you can copy and paste it into your spreadsheet and keep yours as if you've been here the whole time, that's very useful. I would highly recommend that. There it is. And then don't forget, look at these learning courses. So all of this, like if you want to go through your trading plan and you want to hear me yap about it more than you already have to, come on in. Look at the trading plan learning course. And when we go to the view course, you can see here, I've got my personal info posture, right? I've got all these things in here to help me go through it. So all of these learning courses have a ton of content. Trading foundations, market posture, first stock trade, options foundations, first option trade, like anything that's going to help you really find a comfort zone. There's a lot of probably 40 plus hours of content for you to go in there and dig into. So Gene, thank you for asking. So you should have a good sense of where the physical resources of not physical, but your ability to download and have copies, hard copies, versus the soft resources, which is the on-demand education content. All right. Thank you. I don't want to assume everyone knows where that is. I should be pointing that out more often, clearly. So I appreciate you pointing that out. It's great to see everybody. Look at us, still ending within a minute of being on time. Market looks fine. Don't let all the hysteria get you worked up. We know what to look for. We know what we're looking to see if it does start to get a bit more hysterical. But I think everything looks fine. It's good to see you guys. I think a trade will come out today, maybe. If not today, Friday, definitely we'll get one. Even with it being a short week, a second one will come through. Thanks, guys. Good to see you all. Have a great rest of your day. Amazing to have coffee with you this morning and hang out. As always, happy trading.